Hey everyone, as promised, we are here with an early Christmas gift. We were just talking about intuitive mode that she joined us about like a few weeks ago, and that she did like a reading for you all, and it was amazing experience. So we looking forward to having her come together with myself and Mr. Moore to just you know amplify this experience. But greetings to everyone. Once again, I am Matha Tatiana, an intuitive numerologist, brain coach here. And today we are here to honor this month, this new and last month of the year. Last month,
Mm.
okay? So energetically, this is a universal month 8. So it is full of richness. um, but we know that it is the 12th month of the year. So reducing that down to that 3 vibration is also about light. So when that 8 and 3 comes together, it's all about amplifying wealth with a lot of lightness energy. Okay, so light. So yeah. So Mr. Moore, share with
Yes,
us
how you
this
doing?
month.
Hello, everyone. Good to be here again. And like Master Tatiana said, that we're bringing this year, to a closure, only for the new year to open up doors. So if you did not fulfill your heart's desire in this year, um, don't sweat it, because you're going to get another opportunity, because the cycles come around and around and around like the merry-go-round. If if you don't jump on, it's okay. It'll cycle back around. And like Master Tatiana said, we're going to be moving through a very powerful 8 vibrational energy. And these are the words that came to me on the 8th level about December. And December is like the month of the Christ and your Christ. And so be still and know that the universal power flows with you, a live stream of unlimited resources. If you ask, it must be given. The only question is, are you ready to receive it? Stand in your awareness that you are a child of the Lord. You are part of the universal truth. Tap into this unlimited power and be all you can be. Your life flows in the direction of how you are thinking. Becoming powerful means allowing yourself to be powerful by affirming that you are an eternal being. It is your birthright. You don't have to become. You are a perfect reflection of the universal Godhead. It would be best if you realize this truth. So the number 8 is about power, but we're talking about a universal power. We're talking about the power of the soul. We're talking about you're being able to flow with that power at will.
Wow. Wow. I think that it's so important that people understand that this month it's going to feel really strong. It's going to feel you're going to feel strong, a lot of strong energy this month, but you're also going to feel this how could I put it? Like this power. You're going to feel like where you were weak, there's going to be strength. And where there's strength, there's power. Okay? So you're definitely going to see yourself like really maybe last month you kind of felt a little drained and tired and draggy. But this month, for some reason, things are just going to be coming to you. So this is really a month for you to have your hands open, guys, open. And I always tell people that in order for you to be the gift, you have to practice being in the present. Okay? Because you can't see the gift, or no one can open the gift if you are distracted, right? So this is a beautiful opportunity for all of us to really utilize this month to keep our promises, things that we said we were going to do, actually do it. Be a realist also about that promise. So that means it should be something that you can actually obtain, you can actually do this month. Not something like, oh, I want to buy a house. When? This month. If you have the money, that's fine. You can make that to reality. But if you know, like, okay, I'm probably need about a year, just set the plan. And once you make the plan, once you just set your intention, then naturally energy tends to pull to the things that you want, the things that you need, right? So the universe wants to give you what's yours, what you want, right? So this is why we also have to be careful in what we asking, because not everything that you asking you really really want, and you're gonna learn that the hard way. So
Yeah,
that's why I say this month, make every day a gift. Every day a gift. Don't be a Scrooge this month. Really give yourself the permission to give back. To give back, and if you are able to do that, you're going to be able to receive too.
of course. And like the number 8, I dubbed her the queen, money bags. And if you look at the number 8 hieroglyphically and put a couple of ropes around the middle of her, she kind of slouches over like a money bag. And so, or Santa's bag, right? We all expecting Santa to bring us something under the Christmas tree. And
Mhm.
you have to come to realize that you are the Christmas tree. You're the light. You're the evergreen, and that the Lord is always placing gifts under the tree. And sometimes we may not recognize the gifts that's under the tree. Sometimes it may be very small. And when you wake up on Christmas morning, most of us run for the biggest gift, right? And the smaller gifts sometimes is the last thing we unwrap. But sometimes the smaller gifts are the most potent gifts. So don't overlook like the small blessings that the universe is allowing you to receive. The gift of breath, the gift of life. That is huge. But do we really appreciate it? Are we using our breath correctly? What are we using our breath for? Our tongue is a gift, but how are we using our tongue? Are we using
Mm,
our tongue to uplift someone, or are we using our tongue to sabotage somebody else's
mm,
personal relationship, right? So you have the gift of thought. How are you using your thoughts? Are you using your thoughts to manifest what it is that you want? Are you clear about what it is that you want? Like Master Tatiana said, that you have to have clarity. And then the universe will be able to fulfill that need, but you have to be clear on what it is that you want, because you may get something and then you find out that it's not for you. Okay, so the 8 energy is close to the 9 energy, so the is a very high vibrational energy, but it does deal with the material aspect of life. And so there's a lot of responsibility when it comes to resources. It could
mhm,
be land. Land is very heavy. A home, that's a very heavy type of vibrational energy. And so you have to also be able to have the shoulders to carry the weight, of the 8 energy, because it is a physical energy, and it is a heavy energy. And unfortunately, as I'm speaking, a great philanthropist that was very powerful on the 8th level. She
mm,
was married to the Black Godfather, and she lost her life the other day. She lived in Beverly Hills, which was also symbolizing, wealth and abundance. But someone with a small mind decided to break and enter and take her life. And so people looked at wealth and they become lustful for it. And so you have to
mm,
be aware that that glitter that you're flashing everybody is not going to see it the same way. Others may look at that glitter and say, you know what? I don't want to work for that glitter, but I want to take your glitter. So also on the eighth level, be cautious, and also be keep an eye on your purse and on your wallet. Don't spend foolishly. Stay within your means. And there are multiple ways one can give. Like I said, you can give by helping out at a shelter. You can give by, if you have the ability to crochet, you can crochet and give gifts of clothes to perhaps, a young child that may need
Mhm.
mittens this winter. So there's many different ways you can give, and as you give, you too shall be able to receive. So the eight energy is a heavy energy, and so you have to just stand on guard that everyone that looks at your abundance may not be looking at it in the same light that you may think that they ought to be
Mhm.
looking at it.
Yeah, that's so true. One of the things that also I wanted to share with everyone is that this universal year is a five. So the five vibration really is all about fairness. It's all about, like, pretty much being very fair with the energy with everyone. Everyone had the opportunity to shine, everyone had the opportunity to grow, everyone had the opportunity to rise, right? So what that means for this vibrational eight is that abundance is for everyone. So you don't really have to worry about, oh, am I going to look better than this person, or this person going to look better for me? If you really take the time to focus on yourself, you're going to rise. You have to give yourself permission to focus on what it is that you need to do. Now, if you feel that someone else is rising, it's because you are now focusing outside of yourself, right? It's okay to support other people in their journey. That's fine. And if you feel that in your journey it helps and it makes you feel good to support other people and just to watch them, then you can do that. But also, I want you to have your hands open. Have your hands open. Be able to receive. So today I did like aura readings, for beautiful people. And one of the things that we all got to notice is that many of us have a hard time receiving. And people don't realize that receiving is also your right, it's your birthright, right? It's not only your birthright, but it's also a superpower. And that's what the eight is all about. The eight is about activating your superpower. It is power. Okay. So if you allow yourself to receive, that means you are allowing yourself to step into. And whenever you step into, then you can become. And when you can become, you are rising. Okay. So this month is for literally every one of us. No one is left behind. So if you need to set boundaries, it's all about, also this month is about setting healthy boundaries, believe it or not. Right? What are boundaries? Boundaries are are your way of allowing yourself to rise also, right? And not be interrupted by other energies. Okay? So you set these healthy boundaries to be able to do what you need to do to grow,
Yeah,
right?
very good. Yeah, and as you was talking about receiving, I was thinking about when you took your women's conference on, going back into the womb,
Mm-hmm.
and I was thinking about that because it's like when you're born, the world receives you. There's helping hands there to help you from one level of consciousness, the womb,
Mm-hmm.
into another level of consciousness, the world. So either it's the midwife is there, or the doctor is
Yep.
there, or um, even if you give birth on your own, you're
Mm-hmm.
still there to receive, the child. And there's power in being able to receive. It's you got to have balance. You have to, balance it out with the giving and the receiving. Now, me
Mm-hmm.
personally, when I give, I don't expect anything in return. So I give with a glad heart. That is my gift, to give without expecting anything in return for the gift. I believe that gift is pure if you give without expecting anything in return. But if something do return to you, then you show gratitude for it. You
Yes.
you thank the person that took their time out to offer you, the gifts. And that also
Mm-hmm.
wraps me into the symbolism of why the three wise men, they came to receive the Christ, but they also brought gifts. Three of them, the Trinity. And for the most part, we don't reflect on the significance or the meaning of those three gifts. And why is the emphasis placed on fragrance, the
Mm.
myrrh and the frankincense and the
Mm-hmm.
gold? Because the three wise men knew that in this material world, you're gonna need the eighth level. You're gonna have to have some type of resources for clothing, for food, for shelter. You
Yes.
have to make your way through life. But they came bearing gifts,
Mm-hmm.
and so we have to understand that we're receiving the gifts, but we equally have to give the gifts, and we have to maintain the balance.
Mm-hmm. You're right. And I think that sometimes we lose that, I don't want to say like we lose it like how can I put it? I won't say that we lose it like, ugh, the word doesn't come out of my mouth, but it's all about just knowing that we already have it. So sometimes when I say like, losing something is that if we never had it.
Hmm.
But we always had it. We always did. So I think it's so important for us to know that we have it, even though we can't see it, even though we can't feel it. Just know that we have it.
Yeah, we have it.
Yeah.
We do have it, um, and realize that even if you think that you lost it, you have to also understand that it's being kept for you. You
Hmm.
don't lose anything. Um, the Lord recovers it, and you can always go to the Lord to recover it. So don't think of life as a loss. Think of life as a gift, and think that if you think that you lost something, I think that's an erroneous way of looking at life, because you
Mm.
cannot lose self. You cannot lose the soul. Now you can find self, you can find soul, you can get in touch to your Christ being, but you
Hmm.
but you're but you're never lost. You know, homelessness. I don't like the word homelessness because it denotes that I don't have a home. We all are part of the universe, so we always at home. You're
Hmm.
you're you're never homeless. God is always available to provide, and God will provide, and God is providing. And so on this 3-8 energy, the 3 for December and the 8 for the universal month, just realize the abundance that's flowing your way, and show gratitude in receiving this abundance. And in return, you give as well, no matter what it may be. A good morning, hello, how are you? Can I help
Exactly.
you? Can I go to the store for you? That's all fall into the realm of giving.
Hmm. So what are we going to do this month, guys? What are we going to do? What are the key words that you guys are receiving just by the wisdom that's being shared here, right? So, guys, if you are appreciating this this wisdom, what we're doing here. Please don't forget to thumbs up this video and share it with your friends and family. Maybe they could get something as well. Um, but honestly, it's all about the balance. This is what this month is. It's all about balancing. This is what healthy boundaries is. When you give yourself healthy boundaries, you don't overwork yourself. You know when to take a break. You know when to walk away. You know when to regroup. You know when on how to center yourself again. You know, so I really want you guys to really exercise this day, this exercise the energy of this month, the energy of this month. Just trust that if you do your part, you are going to be paid in full. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Moore, you have anything you want to say?
Well, the number eight, it has upper chambers and lower chambers,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're free to circulate around the eight energy. The eight energy is an energy that's kind of like locked itself in, and so everyone is prosperous, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to try to observe in the area of your prosperity. Now, if you're trying to compare your wealth to another person's wealth, then it may not come out balanced. But we all are the children of the Lord, and so we can circulate in that eight energy. Sometimes you go up, and sometimes you go down. That's the
That's
will
right.
of life. You have to understand. But we're all receiving. But I believe the universe is giving us what we're capable of receiving at the time of the
Mm-hmm.
gift. And sometimes we have to recognize that this is where I'm at. This is the food that I need for this particular moment in my life. If I show gratitude there, then the next round, there may be a different type of food, that's on the table, right? Maybe more to my liking, but it's the humility. Whatever the good Lord brings you, receive it and understand that it's for your better good.
Yes,
Hmm.
I agree. I think that even the start of this month, I even felt the pull to get things done, to finish. It was like conclusion, and it was just the start of this month, and I just started to put things in place, and then before you know it, blessings, things were coming to me from the bus coming right on time, like
Yeah,
right,
that's
these little things
important.
that we take for granted. But that was amazing for me, people holding the door for me, you know um even the way I came into this month, where it was just abundance of everything, abundance. And instead of me saying, oh my God, this is too much, you know how sometimes even amazing things could be too much, right? Even right now, as I'm doing like aura readings and energy assessments, there's like a whole line of people downstairs. And the lady comes up to me, she said, there's like 7 more people. I'm like, oh, I have a live to do right now in like less than an hour. So she was like, it's okay. We just have them come next week. But it's because I even, you could see how you could feel overwhelmed, right? But then you're like, wait, this is what I prayed for. This is what I always wanted. So instead of saying, instead of telling her, oh, this is too much, I can't do it. No, no, no. I was like, this is a beautiful thing. I told her. And she started laughing. She's like, you're the first person that actually express even something that's good that could be a bit overwhelming. I said, no, this is a beautiful thing. And so she went downstairs and she told them, she was like, and the people going downstairs that did their oral reading was like, some of them were crying, some of them was laughing. Everyone was just so excited. They even told her, make sure you put me at this time. I have to see her now. So now people are coming. People are really starting to want to tap into their consciousness, to their vibrations, to their frequency. And it was just amazing to see people really feel their hearts.
Yeah,
themselves.
I remember, last month you talked about gratitude, and all of that is gratitude. All of that will go into your gratitude, book, abundance,
Mm-hmm.
being able to receive the abundance, and all of that. You can structure it. I had the overflow, so next time, I'll allocate maybe more time, or perhaps,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be able to do it a lot more, maybe efficiently. But you
Mm-hmm.
gratitude, you grateful, and then the people that received it, going back to being able to receive the gift, being able to
Exactly.
understand what these colors are representing, and maybe how can I, keep my aura this particular color? How can I keep this vibration with me,
Mm-hmm.
when I leave you? So they're receiving your words, and then you're also receiving, like the lady complimented you, so you're receiving her compliment. So it's a give and take. It's the balance. It's we take
Yes.
the ego out of it, and just have the loving law of allowance to flow into our lives, and then to flow out of our lives to flow into another person's life, because we all are one, and there's an abundance for everyone. But don't covet someone else's abundance. Don't look at another person. I remember, like, there was an individual when I was in college, and you go
Mm-hmm.
through the food line, and um it may be one person that always had big eyes, right? They
Mm.
just wanted everything on their plate. And no
Yeah.
matter how much the lady would give them, they would always ask, "Can I get a little bit more of that? Can I a little bit more of that? Get a little bit more of that?" And and then one day, she did it. She just doubled up, tripled up, but he didn't notice it.
Mm.
He's still asking for more. She said, "Well, listen, I gave you triple the amount, but you didn't even recognize it. You didn't even understand it, the gift that I have just given you." Whereas
Yeah.
somebody behind this person, um, they saying, "Well, I don't really want a lot of food today."
Yeah.
You got to balance it out. But sometimes we can become greedy, right? We
Mm-hmm.
just want more and more and more and more. And we also have to learn to become content. I've had enough. I used to tell my students all the time, become content,
Mm.
right? How many pairs of shoes do you really need? Well, how many pairs of pants do you really need? Learn to become content. Be able to cut off and say, "I'm good.
That's
I'm
it.
good."
And if you have like too much stuff, you can also like, right now, I know there's some places that people are not like taking belongings, but you know what? That that I have a big trash can in the back of my building. I said I am donating it to the universe. One of the things that I tell everyone is that energy cannot be destroyed, right? Energy is recyclable. It is recycled. Please know that.
Yeah.
So the universe doesn't really see it as a waste. It knows how to move it. It knows how to purify it. It knows how to, So just donating what you need to donate is even better. It's better. You even feel lighter. You want to this month also carrying that three vibration. You want it to be light. And then any eight vibration, they don't really like clutter. I don't know an eight that really likes clutter. They don't care for clutter. I know that my mom, my sister, I'm surrounded with eights. My first name
Mm.
is the eight. So I don't like clutter. I even have this thing with anything underneath your bed. I remember growing up, everything was underneath your bed, like shoes, you name it. And I remember I believe in dust bunnies because I went in under the bed one time as a child and I came out like a dust bunny. I was scared. And ever since then, I told myself, I'm not living like that. So you have to declutter. You have to release some things. You allow yourself to feel what it feels after you clean,
Mm.
right? Don't just go into quick mode into venting. Oh, I had to clean this whole. But how do you feel now that it's done? Yeah, he
Right.
should have helped you. Yeah, they should have listened. But now that you actually did it, how do you feel? And then stay in that energy for a little bit. And then you start, reaping the benefit. So being resourceful. this month. So
Yeah,
important.
yeah. I have a strong four energy, and so I love structure. I love order. I love finding a place for everything so everything can can have a place. And that's my energy. I like to organize stuff, and so I
Hmm.
clean because I like seeing things in order. you know, Washing the dishes, drying the dishes, putting the dishes up. It's like
Hmm.
meditation for me. I just zoom in and I become one with the chore that I find myself doing, and then it's no longer a chore.
Hmm.
It becomes a blessing because it's like if you're strong, then you should exercise your strength.
Exactly.
Some people enjoy working. That's their strength, you know. But they also have to learn to rest. And sometimes, that could be a challenge for a person to just work, 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 work. They have to learn to rest. And
Hmm.
so that's my vibration: structure, in order, in discipline. And like I'm the number four in my family, and so that number suits me well. There's like six of us in my family, brothers and sisters, and I look at each sibling, and the number of order that they're in suits them to the T. The number one was the leader, of the family. The number
Mm.
two, the second born, was always there trying to help. For example, my mother, she left the body when I was very young, and so my brother, this was the second born, took his brothers and sisters at age 18 to raise us.
Mm.
He had just gotten married and had a newborn on the way, and now he's asking his wife to make room for us. So that was the two energy, right? And then the three energy comes along, very communicative, got a master's degree in reading, right?
Look
Then the
at
four
that.
come along, which is me. Then the five energy, I don't know where he's at. It's just a wonder, right? And then the sixth energy was that when my brother couldn't take us all, so the baby girl had to go and stay with relatives in St. Louis,
Mm.
and her gripe has always been the sixth level. How come I didn't get a chance to grow up with you guys? And
Mm.
she's still holding on to that, right?
Okay.
So the number that you're born into the family, you're definitely gonna see that in your life based on the numbers that you're born.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's so funny because I was the third child to
Mm-hmm.
be born. So, yeah, I'm the peace on earth. Everyone get along. I'm very
Yeah.
expressive. A little bit dramatic, maybe a lot. I get it from my mama.
Yeah.
But yeah, my sister's definitely the leader. She's the leader. The trouble one, he's my brother. He's the second one, but he's trouble in the sense like he got himself in a lot of trouble. But he's a life path 11.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he's also that second energy that he accumulate, and he was always good with organizing, putting things in order. So that was good with him.
Yeah.
Um, but he ended up going to the detention home, because being misunderstood, and trying to discover who he was
Yeah.
led him to that. But I think a lot of us, I think, well, my brothers and I, we have definitely grown to have an appreciation for our roles.
Yeah.
What we do, we like, no, you're good at the third, and you're good at the one, and you're good at two. Because I don't know if I could take your position. I don't think I want it.
Right. Exactly. Know your lane and be comfortable, in your lane. And then because you have a very strong, three vibration, that's what I like about you. You're being able to communicate and pull other people in. That's your five energy, to pull other people in, which is wonderful. And I really like, the foundations that you're setting, that you're building. Because you're structuring it and you're organizing it and you're giving individuals a platform to be able to help and to assist, other individuals. And that's very powerful, and that's what I really like about you. But yeah, if everybody can just understand where they're at, and then if someone can recognize how you can utilize where you're at, you see, because like when I choose people based on their strongest vibrational energy. And so if I know a 4 is dependable and reliable, I say, okay, this is going to be your job. And then
Mm-hmm.
if I see someone that's very expressive and communicative, then I say, okay, you'll be the secretary. You can take the notes, right? That's what you enjoy doing, right? So when I find out where they're at, then I'm in a stronger position to insert them in positions that they can feel, appreciated. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a good thing.
Agree, because we all want that recognition, and if we are in place where we need to be placed, then we will get that recognition, and it will be less, battle of the fittest. I'll call it.
Yeah,
And that's what
yeah,
this month could be. Also, some people could abuse this energy of this month and make it a battle of a fittest. But you can choose to actually utilize this month, um, to raise your vibration and have things come to you without you even having to put too much effort. I just wanted to shout out Chanel that's here and Tara. Hi guys. We know that there's more
hello.
of you guys.
How y'all
Yeah,
doing this evening? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Hanukkah, Happy
yeah.
Kwanzaa. Thank you for coming.
So guys, I'm in a different scenery right now. I'm actually in my facility where I work. Um so it's a bit late out here in New York. So, but yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions, please ask your questions. We are here, even if you don't ask during the live, underneath below, you can ask your questions and we will gladly answer your questions as much as we can. But we want you guys to all step into your power. Like, we are on the second day. This is the second day of this month. Don't let tomorrow be another day you slept. Like, really, like if you feel like I just got this thing right now, I need to do something right now, then do it. Do it. Give yourself that right.
Yeah,
Okay. So,
yeah.
Mr. Moore, you have any final things you want to say?
Well, just give yourself permission to be powerful, because you are powerful, and the
Mm-hmm.
loving law of asking, and then the loving law of allowance. Sometimes just see yourself flowing towards the direction in which you want to go. It's not really hard. Actually, life is very easy. It's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
We make it hard with our lack of our understanding. But once
Yeah.
you understand your relationship to each other and to the universe, life really flows. And if you're knocking on a door and it's not opening, that means that it's not time for it to open. It does not mean that it's not going to open. It just means that it's not time for that opening. Perhaps you have to develop more strength to be able to
Mm-hmm.
open that door. Maybe you're not ready to handle what's going to be on the other side of that door. Whereas the universal consciousness understand that you're not ready to handle what's behind door number 3. So we'll wait until you get a little bit more maturity, a little bit more strength, a little bit more confidence, and then that door will come back around and it will swing open very easily for you.
Mm. Agree. So, Mr. Moore, question for all my beautiful life path that's out there from, I'll say 1 to 9, and then the master numbers. What could we expect, or what would you recommend for them? What kind of mind they should hold for this month? We can start with 1, then move up.
Well, the ones, if you're standing in your power of leadership,
Mm,
then you can look to see where your service is needed, where
okay.
where your ability to lead and to take charge is needed. If you're a number 2, once again, find out where you're needed as far as a servitude,
Mm-hmm.
being able to help someone transport perhaps gifts to those that might be in need. If you're standing in your power and you're a number 3 for this month, what
Mm-hmm.
you can do is join a choir and go around and singing songs to lift people up, you know, caroling. I think that's what it's called. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
people still do that, but that would be a wonderful thing to do, to express yourself musically that way. If you're a four vibrational energy and you stand in your power, then use your hands to maybe build something for children. If a child can't afford something, go and get some wood and make a little toy rocking horse for that
Mm-hmm.
child, or maybe whatever it is that you feel as though you can construct with minimum resources. Use your hands to build something to be able to offer that to a child.
Mm-hmm.
If you if you're five energy, um, bring the wine. The the merriment, the joy, the laughter,
Okay.
the jokes. Go and bring your happy self around people. That because this time of the month, a lot of people are really down because for whatever reason they don't find the need to rejoice in the month of rejoicing. And so, if you're a five energy, then take your jolly self and be a joy to other people. If you're a six vibrational energy, and if you standing in your power, the mother aspect, the father aspect, the understanding aspect, once again, try to just search out people in the community that would need your nurturing, right? If you're standing in your power on the seventh level, try to instill in someone maybe a deeper meaning of what the Christ energy is all
Mm.
about, and how they can tap into that Christ energy, within themselves. If you're on powerful on the eighth level, donate, right? And then if you're standing in your power on the ninth level, just try to reach out to communities that don't look like you. Like, I'm in California, and so we have, even in New York, you have a diverse population, but a lot of times we don't interact.
Mm-hmm.
They stay in their neighborhood. We separate ourselves. So if you're a nine energy, try to go and peep into another person's culture and see how do they celebrate Christmas. What kind
Mm-hmm.
of what their rituals, what is their culture. That would be, and then on the higher numbers, the 11s and the 22s and the 33s, if you can work from the astral plane to try to bring an opening so that more light can descend upon the planet Earth, to be able to avert some of the because of us using our misuse of our information, we're manifesting things that we don't have to manifest. Like this virus, we keep manifesting it. We keep manifesting it. So what we have to do, the 11s and the 22s and the 33s, let's try to divert that energy so we can manifest something else. We don't have to divest. We don't have to we don't have to manifest dis-ease to bring
Yeah.
about a unification in thought. We can manifest something other than, dis-ease. But right now, for whatever reason, this coronavirus is really, crippling, our world and America, and we're going into another year with it. And so that's what I would suggest to the 11s and the 22s and the 33s, to just try to bring in more light into the globe so that, we can just have better clarity and better
Yeah.
vision. And before we go, what about you, Master Tatiana? What would you say right quick?
So so definitely my assessment for all of the life paths, I would say, is definitely with that one, really stepping in. Like, it's not necessarily stepping in, but stepping out, I would say, for that one. Just, building that foundation, really understanding that you are the orchestrator of your life, and then people naturally follow you, so you don't even have to work hard too much. And even for like the other vibrations, like the two, the three, and the four, like all of you guys, just really an opportunity for you to really own what it is that you're good at, right? Even if you feel like, oh, it's not important, this is going to be the month that people are going to notice you. People are going to notice your gifts. And you may not care too much for people to know this, and that's fine. But just know that this is an opportunity that you have, that I will say heaven is giving you to really cultivate, and to really see yourself in ways that you probably not used to. Because usually is through the discomfort that you start to step into your power. Never in the comfort. So when you start finding yourself not feeling comfortable, there you go. You're stepping into your superpower. Okay. For my life path with the master vibrations, this is probably the most peaceful month you're probably gonna experience. It could be a little hectic as well, but I will say peaceful in a sense that there's going to be less whining because people are going to be getting what they want. So you don't have to really worry too much of hearing those that are like, oh, this is always taken from me. They always, no, it's going to be a little bit more of that, like, oh, thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I think that that's about it. That's about
Okay.
it that I have right now.
Okay. Solid. I received that, and
Good.
I know, Master Tatiana. It's getting late for her, and so I really enjoyed this year, sharing with everyone, and we're gonna flow into the new year on that sixth energy, and it's gonna be very interesting to see how the sixth energy, how she comes in. It's going to be
Hmm.
very interesting. But I want to definitely thank everybody for showing their support for myself and for Master Tatiana, and for all the good work that everyone is doing. And I just feel as though that God has appointed us to bring just a little bit more light, into the world, because that is what is needed right now. Just a little bit more light, a little bit more understanding, a little bit more patience, a little bit more gratitude. Like, be slow to anger and quick to love.
Hmm. I agree. So thank you, everyone. Just like Mr. Moore said, thank you so much. We truly appreciate the time and your willingness to just join and support this platform. We look forward to doing more collaborations as the new year approaches. Don't forget the next week on Monday, 9 Eastern time, we are going to be yeah, Eastern time PM, of course. We are going to be having Intuitive Mo back again, and she is amazing with her readings. So please tune in. We're gonna come together. So please receive. That's another gift. And then next year, as we're approaching next year, before the new year comes, really, you know, take this time to really feel what it is to be in the present, really, and write it down. Write what it is that you look to get moving forward, right? And then from there, we can start creating, and we can start the new year together with Master Numerologist, Mr. Moore. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, your time, your wisdom. Please, guys, if you haven't subscribed to his channel, support his channel. Really take the time and listen and absorb that wisdom, for he's giving a lot of gems. So with that being said, thank you, everyone, and may you all have a beautiful new night. I would like about to say New Year and good night at the same time.
Yeah.
So have a Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever holiday, whatever name you have for it, Merry something, okay, and a Happy New Year. Love you
All right.
guys.
Love
Okay.
everyone and stay safe. Bye.